Are in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hello, everyone. This is Joy Bell,
This is your good fella, Young T Bell.
and this is the Life After Love podcast. Welcome back.
To episode something.
Yeah, I don't even know. I was trying to say it, and I was like, I don't know what episode this is.
But we're doing good.
Yeah,
we
we
pushing
are.
through.
So, for today's topic, I don't know what it is. Well, I do know Tyler pointed it out to me, but he didn't really go into detail what he means. And Tyler has ideas, but sometimes I have to have him break them down for me to understand. So I'm excited to see what it is that he really wants to talk about, because it usually always works out well for us. But I guess we'll start off with your rant.
Yeah. So, my rant for today is, if you're a parent, if you're getting ready to become a parent, specifically let me talk to you. Before you get to the point where your kids get to the depending solely on having your attention 24/7, you need to make sure you take time for yourself. Whether it's going in the bathroom for an extra hour, going to separate yourself, to just scroll through Instagram for 30 minutes or whatever, or even if it's just to enjoy a brownie. Oh, that brownie was heaven. Matter of fact, you put the kids to bed early so you can have some me time. You do what you got to do, because kids, they be needing all kinds of attention. We got all the space in the house. It don't matter how big your house is. You can have a designated space, 2-3 spaces for them and all they toys. But what do they want to be? Up under you. So, anytime you can get some me time, it don't matter what it is, how long it is, but you make sure you get some self-care and take care of you, because you matter.
You're going to miss those moments.
I am. But I'll be making sure to get my me moments too.
I don't know. You sound like you did the inspiration moment today.
Was it?
Talking about self-care and everything.
Nah, that's your territory.
Yeah.
You're better at it, so I'll stay in my lane.
So you're going to introduce your topic for us today?
Yes. So my topic for today is, in your relationship, in our case, in our marriage, what do you feel your roles are? Because you know how people talk about like traditional roles in a marriage, but we're not in a traditional marriage. So what do you feel like your roles in our marriage are, or how have they changed since we've been married?
Maybe you should start, since you just asked me something. Now I'm trying to think.
So I feel like my role is always changing. I feel like at first I probably wanted it to be like I do the, cut the grass and take the trash out, and you would, wash the dishes, do the laundry, all the typical roles that you would think a wife would play. And over the years, as you see, whether it be your love language or you see how you can help your partner out, I feel like you have to just take on whatever role you can get your hands on, because if it needs to get done, you can't just wait on your spouse to do it. If you know you can do it, like if clothes need to be folded or washed, that's not a traditional role back in the day that men would do. But if I know clothes need to be washed, I'll take on the role of making sure I do the laundry. Or if the dishes need to be washed, I'll take on the role of washing the dishes. You don't really take the trash out to the garbage, but but if you see it needs to be done, you'll take on that role. But I feel like now I've kind of tried to pick up more roles to help out more, to lessen your load, especially with you being pregnant.
You're doing a great job.
Well, thank you. But I feel like I had to do that to be more considerate, and two, knowing how how you'll get tired easier, especially doing smaller tasks where I know I could have done it or helped out. So I think you would say something about how you used to have to cook and clean, but now I was just like, I ain't got no problem washing dishes. So if you cook, I'll wash the dishes, or anything to help lighten your load. I'm willing to take on that task to make sure, one, you happy, and two, if it needs to be done, that it just gets done.
So you're asking me what do I feel like my roles are? I don't know if I feel like I have a specific role. The only specific role I probably really consistently do is cook.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I feel like I necessarily have a role. I feel like we just kind of got married and just kind of, I think we maybe started off in the traditional roles of me, doing all the housework. And then you doing the traditional, I guess, things that males would do. But I think it kind of just, besides cooking, I feel like just whenever it needs to get done, it just gets done. Because we don't have like a set schedule in place, but we know, okay, he not gonna do it or she not gonna do it, so let me go ahead and do it. But one thing I have come to learn is if I'm not gonna do it, then I need to just let you do it the way you gonna do it. Cause you are helping me, but I get like, okay, them dishes been sitting out there. I need you to put them up right now. And you like, boo. You act like I ain't been taking care of the dishes. I'm like, yeah, you have, but I just want you to move these dishes out of the way.
But they get taken care of.
They do. But as far as my roles, I feel like, of course, also, I have to make sure the kids have appropriate outfits on, because Tyler,
You said a miss.
It's more miss than hit. Okay. Your boy be struggling with picking out outfits for.
I don't care about fashion like that.
I just don't even let him do Kennedy.
I did good today. Did you see her?
I did, and no, you did not.
What you talking about?
You put her on a nice peplum top.
A who?
The little top, the peplum top that flow out. Women know what I'm talking about.
My boo was
and
cute.
you put it with some jeans that don't even go with that. It has some matching
cute.
pants.
My boo was cute. She had all the boys out looking at her.
Ain't no boys looking at her. So definitely making sure they get dressed. Sometimes depending on where he going. Jackson's going, because really Tyler does Jackson and I do Kennedy, because boys are easier. At least for Tyler, he try to match in the same color family. It might be 3 different reds, but they all red. You know what I'm saying? But with Ken, that's like, my baby can't just be going out the house looking any kind of way. But
so if you don't lay that outfit out, it's
right,
gonna be hit or miss. But
definitely, as far as shopping goes, man, let me tell y'all. One time, I tried to trust Tyler with getting Jackson ready. Tyler got him on. What did you have him on? You had him on some Adidas shoes, some Puma socks, some Jordan pants.
I got time for all that matching stuff.
And I don't even know what
it's
kind
all
of
about
shirt.
Being comfortable.
But the crazy thing was he had like a whole Jordan socks, Jordan shoes, Jordan outfit, and I'm just like, what? How did we have to match all these different brands together?
It's
I just don't know.
Comfortable.
No, I was just like, and I put my time into finding the outfits for Jackson, because it's hard to find little boys cute outfits because they just like all look the same. But so definitely making sure the kids, I won't say get taken care of, but make sure they have their clothing, making sure their appointments are scheduled. Tyler helped me out with the doctor's appointment, taking the kids.
I don't schedule nothing.
He scheduled an appointment. I was like, so when the follow up? He was like, yeah, you gotta.
I'm a driver. That's
you gotta
my
schedule
role.
the next appointment. I was like, okay.
Don't give me no dates. Just tell me when and what time, and I will drive them there. Don't give me the scheduling, nothing, ma'am. I tell my wife to call you. That's my part. That's my contribution.
Schedule the appointments.
I'd rather drive 30 miles than try and schedule a date.
Making sure Kennedy's hair is done. I tried one time to do her hair the night before. I put some braids and then I put like 2 ponytails in the front, and I was like, I told her, I was like, I'm doing this so you'll learn if something ever happened to me how to do her hair. I was like, so we got up in the morning. I was like, so are you gonna do her hair? He was like, what's wrong with it? I was like, she got hair. It's not neatly put together, but you know what? If that's how you want her to go out the house, that it is, because that's what will happen. I do believe if something happened to me, that's just how she was going to go out the house.
She'll be straight. I call Brianna and be like, just come braid my baby hair, please. Please, Bree.
So it's like I guess we don't have roles. I think we kind of just kind of work together, you know what I'm saying? Like, so like I said, like I make sure they have clothes, but sometimes you just have to make sure they get dressed sometimes, or I make sure they have appointments, and if I can't make them, usually if I can't make them, it's because of work. You'll take them. I make sure everything is in order, like with the speech therapist needing to know. Jackson switched therapists, so Tyler told me, and I was like, okay, we gotta make sure we have this together because I agree with Tyler, and he'll be like, I don't know. All I'm telling you is she leaving, and I was like, okay.
I'm like, I don't know no details. Don't ask me no follow up questions.
So I feel like we do really, really good at teamwork. I don't know if we traditionally have like this is what you do, because sometimes you have to step in for me doing things, especially like this week when I've had a lot going on. I've had a lot of trainings to attend, to conduct, to meetings. Literally today I was in meetings from 8:30 to 8 at night, 8:30 in the morning to 8 at night. And Tyler just had to step in and do everything, and I feel bad. So when I get breaks, I try to go.
Oh, I'm gonna make up that time. You best believe. Take me an extra 30-minute break somewhere in the day.
In the toilet.
You best to believe
That's
it.
his thing. When he want to get me back,
I don't want to
he'll
get
just
you back.
walk. He'll just walk off, and I'm like, where? I'll be like, where did you go?
I'm having some.
I'm in the bathroom, but one thing about those bellmen, that be Tyler, his dad, and his brother, they'll be in the toilet for like 2 hours, but they don't be on the toilet. They'll be on there sending you messages.
That's me time. You respect that throne. I ain't bothering
So
nobody.
special.
I ain't hurting nobody. I'm making sure that taken care of.
But I will say that I think like the roles that you religiously do that I will never do or don't want to do. I ain't gonna say never, but I don't want to do.
Is that because
take out the trash?
Oh, okay.
Cut the grass, because I'll pay somebody to go do that.
Yes, you'll pay somebody to come take your trash out if you
And
could.
make sure gas is in the car. I don't even think I know what to do if I had to go pump gas, because you do. I'll ride. Like the other day I rode, I was like, Kenny and I was having mommy daughter day, and I got in the car. I was like, dog, it's only a quarter tank gas left, because I had it plans. I was like, I'm just gonna ride it, but he could just go put some gas in it.
Nah, you would have spent that gas money on some shoes and clothes, so I'm glad I did that.
So yeah, so I think those are pretty. And killing bugs.
No, let's go back.
Ooh, I do not like bugs.
Let's go back. I was in college, right?
Well, this don't have to do with the episode.
We're talking
You
about
said
killing
being
bugs.
married,
We was in a relationship,
but we wasn't married.
I was at West Georgia. And Joy, her apartment was like 45 minutes away from where I was staying. This girl
It was
called.
the next county over.
Didn't I just leave your place?
No.
Anyway, she called me. It was like 9, 10 o'clock at night. She was like, "Boo, I need you." I was like, "What you talking about? What you need?" It's a bug. I was like, "So kill it." No, I'm scared of bugs. I'm 45 minutes. I said, "Bro, I'm gonna have to take an L for this one, because if you get mad at me, I'm not finna drive 45 minutes to kill no bug." So she was like, "Okay." She started just screaming. She was like, "Oh my God, it's flying!" I think it was a wasp.
Yep.
So what she did was, those little stands you put, those little proppers. What was that thing called? Whatever you sit your bed on.
Oh yeah.
One of them little covers or whatever.
The things you can put on the bed
riser.
legs to rise them up. Yeah,
Yeah.
like a riser.
So she put that over the bug.
It fell on the floor.
And she put it over it. So like I came over 2 or 3 days later. Bug was still under that thing. I was like, "But why you ain't just pick it up and throw it in the trash?" I don't mess with no bugs. I was like, "Bro, what you gonna do if I'm not around? You can't just leave bugs flying around." So nowadays I'm like, if I see a bug, if she see a bug and she starts screaming, I was like, "You got one job. I will kill it, but keep an eye on it." That's all.
And
I
I'm
need
trying
you
to say,
do.
like, we ain't talking about like roaches, bugs. We talking about like ants.
Any type of bug, you don't like them.
Yeah, but I don't like any type of bugs, but I want them to be clear when I say I don't like bugs. Cause that was a wasp, and
If it crawls,
ants. I was like, it's ants, and I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. I don't do bugs. Just no. So that is definitely your role to make sure any bugs, animals. Did I freak out on you one time? I was in the car and I thought someone was in the car.
Some was. I said, don't you? No, you was driving. And what was it? Was it a spider?
I don't know.
And I was like, don't you crash my car. You better pull this car. I don't know what it was, but you started swerving. You tensed up behind the wheel. It was on the expressway. I said, you better not crash my car. Because I'm not finna explain this to the insurance company. We didn't crash, thank God. And I don't even remember what the bug was. But anyways.
I don't know. Any kind of, if it ain't human, I don't like it.
But anyways, you said something important. Mm-hmm. So going back to lightening the load, what do you think is something in our marriage that traditionally you would do, but to help you out, I stepped in to do, but you kind of had to just let me do how you just said a while ago how you had to let me do it my way.
Washing dishes.
Just dishes.
Well, I mean, you said, I don't even know you want me to go down the list.
I mean, I'm just in general, anything.
Definitely washing dishes because I know when I cook, I use a lot of dishes. Like today, I had cooked chicken spaghetti, but I used up so many different dishes to do it. Mm-hmm. So I know I use a lot of dishes. So I feel guilty that you have to wash them. But it helps because, like, I want to blame it on pregnancy. I'm sure that has a lot to do with it. And then, you know, I need to lose weight on top of that. But, like, my back will start hurting me. Or I get frustrated because it's just been a long day. Like, literally, I was in the kitchen cooking and still having meetings. Because Tyler was like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm having a meeting. So, you know, I don't want us to have to keep spending money eating out. I want us to eat something at home, trying to, cook something really quick for the family and stuff like that. So it really, really helps me a lot because I'm just thinking now, if you don't do the dishes, then instead of me doing this now, I would have to, make sure the dishes get put up and stuff like that still after being in meetings to 8 o'clock at night. Mm-hmm. So that definitely helps out a lot. And then you do help a lot with laundry, like making sure because I will put them in the washing machine. They'll sit there. Put them in the dryer. And I'll be like,
you'll fall asleep. Like,
let me tell y'all, this Menace belly in the dryer just do not work. My belly won't let me be great. I mean, I'm not that far along, but
far enough.
This belly and me trying to get in the dryer, it just like it be bouncing and blocking me and all that stuff. So it helps Tyler make sure it get in the dryer, or if it need to run a second time, because we don't like I was close in the washing machine that long. They need to be washed again. Mm-hmm. And it's like a lot of laundry. Like I literally feel like we have like 6 loads a week at least.
I feel like we probably go 2 weeks without washing, and then that's.
I wash every week.
Oh, not me. I just be like.
I wash every week because I just with the pandemic.
I use all my clothes and my dresses. I don't be trying to stack up. That'd be the problem.
Want nothing from the outside be traveling around in my house, so I make sure I wash every week. So it be a lot. The kids now we will go long without them. Mm-hmm. They'll go 3 weeks without their clothes washed because they just got enough clothes to get by like that, but. So when we have to do their clothes, it's a lot. But you just washing and drying the clothes for me, that helps out because folding up those clothes, sorting them, you know how I like them sorted, they got to be in certain drawers and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It can get on my nerves, but you just doing at least that part helps out a lot. So I would say that has helped lighten the load, and you taking Jackson to speech therapy because traditionally I was doing it. Mm-hmm.
It always happened like that when you get pregnant, and I just start taking on more roles, especially if it was driving somewhere.
Yeah,
that's just the way it is. Like I said, even when you was pregnant with Kennedy.
Look now, that don't have nothing to do with me being pregnant. I just don't like to drive.
Yeah, but you volunteer. That's probably why you like my mama. Y'all volunteer to go somewhere real quick, which I ain't trying to drive nowhere.
Nope. I don't like to drive. So, you've definitely stepped up in the acts of service. But you did acts of service this week. Like you really, really did good. Kudos to you.
Shout out to you. I appreciate it.
So, yeah. So I guess I really didn't answer your question because I don't know if we have roles per se. I think we just feed off each other's energy. I know he tired. I know this need to be like. I think I washed the dishes the other day and my back was hurting. But so I had to sit down and wash them, but I made sure they got washed. But I knew, I knew I was gonna be having to do stuff coming up and just trying to help out when I can and things like that. So I feel like we just kind of feed off each other energy. But I mean, I know just because it works for us doesn't mean it's gonna work for other people. But I am grateful that you're not in that traditional mindset of you the woman, so you gotta do that.
Yeah. What I have noticed is, for one, definitely being a parent of two is learning where to put your energy. So, like, the last few nights, I really wasn't getting no editing done because the little energy I might have, and some people might think since we in quarantine, we work from home, the kids not being in daycare, that take a toll on you. People really will think you got it easier. One, because you work from home, but I was like, if somebody got to keep an eye on the kids, like mentally, it'll take a toll on you. So it's like, what do I put my energy towards? Most of my energy during the day is towards the kids. Then during nap time, it's like you say all the stuff you'll do when the kids aren't around, but then when they aren't around, you just kind of like, either I'm going to get some rest or I'm going to do one thing that I said I was going to do. Like, after dinner, the energy, especially if I got to get my bath that night, it's like, you give them a bath, you want to wash dishes, but then you just like, okay, do I feel like editing? I mean, I know the whole thing about, you need to push through and get things done, but it's like trying to take care of them first and then picking and choosing, what you have the energy to do later on, because I already know most of the nights when the kids go to sleep at night, that's when I do most of my work or my editing or whatever my projects are. But some nights it's just like, I gave my bath, I washed the dishes, me and Joy watch TV for an hour or two, and then by the time I finish all of that, it's 10, 11 o'clock. And, I try and do like a good 2 or 3 hours editing, but then sometimes like mentally, it's hard for me to get into the rhythm of things because I've gotten to the point where it's like, I can't do it all. It's only so much time in the day, and I can't do it all. And I know you can get up earlier, you can go to sleep earlier, whatever the case may be. But it's like, you just got to get your rest. But you can't do everything, and you can't put your energy towards everything, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So, if you enjoyed this podcast,
why did you just stop like that?
I was looking for some energy back.
Oh, well, I can't really elaborate on that because I don't know how it feels to, like, I know your editing takes a lot, but that's not a world that I understand to really.
Well, the bad part about editing is I'm not a two here, little here, little there. I'm like, when I'm editing, Jordan, you probably can, if you're watching this, you can attest to what I'm saying. I need to do a good 2-3 hours to be productive. I can't do 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there. I guess it's a good and bad thing, but like when I'm doing it, I need to be immersed in that thing so I can
Maybe you need a energy drink, some coffee, some caffeine.
I guess.
Just to stay up a little bit longer to do what you need to do.
Yeah, I would.
It would help if kids was in daycare.
Yeah. Jesus, we gonna pray over this thing now, cause it's third
in the
baby.
Name of Jesus.
We need to conserve some energy. But Lord, I spend the money. You just bless us to be able to put these kids in a God-fearing daycare with no TVs.
Speaking of daycare gonna cost more than that mortgage.
3 kids, two alone was that?
No, not no more.
What you
2
mean?
is not more than our mortgage.
Well, Jackson by himself was almost
$600 a month.
1,200.
Yes.
That's a mortgage for real. Kids expensive, man.
I'm sure everybody got kids now.
Kids, they expensive on your mind, your body, your pockets. They just expensive.
But they are so worth it. I just light up when I see my little babies.
They be some buttholes. You know why?
You better stop talking about my kids.
Cause they be they'll slap you and they starting to get in that whole sorry mommy, sorry daddy. Be like, bro, we're gonna square up when you turn 10 or something.
They just smart. They
like, too smart.
Oh, so I say sorry, it's okay.
Right. And they pick it up real quick. And they at that sponge stage where literally everything you do or say they copying.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's all I got for this episode. I ain't gonna keep it long. It can be before you long. I'm gonna say what I got to say and I'm gonna sit down, playboy.
Do you feel like your question was answered?
To the best of your abilities.
What could I have improved on?
I don't know, maybe it's something you just need to reflect on and pray about. But I was gonna say what I did being in that grocery store that day when you told me to make some chicken Alfredo. I learned that was one thing. I'm gonna stay in my lane, and I drive you. Well, I go pick up the groceries. That's my part. I can do that. I bring the groceries in. You put them away.
Unless you leave bananas in the car.
Man. But that showed me this is Joy's role. Me trying to shop, that's not my specialty.
At all, no type of shopping.
I mean,
no, not for the house. If you gonna shop for yourself at
if
Walmart
it's something
or Home
like
Depot,
food, that ain't my thing. If you want me to fix something, oh, I'm your boy. But you want me to, I'm telling you.
Are you, boo?
I'm your boy. I tell me how to fix it.
How long it's gonna take for you to
It might take a minute, but when I fix it, T-Bell gonna get you right.
Okay.
I'll make sure it's done right.
Okay.
So, did you have anything else that you want to add?
To that?
To this episode, my sweet love.
Well, I have my inspirational moment.
Okay. Joyce, inspirational moment.
So, my inspirational moment is you. Yay.
You, the viewers.
You, Tyler Bell.
Oh.
I was going to talk about what we talked about today, so I didn't know this was what the subject was going to be.
You know, don't help her. You just bring it back.
Okay.
Just you know what my love language is, boo. Go ahead, pat that dog.
Words of affirmation.
You knows it, roo.
So anyways, I have just been noticing how much you have been stepping up to help me, and I truly appreciate your hard work for this family, the sacrifices that you make, the times that you might be uncomfortable doing things that you don't usually or generally do.
Like what?
I don't know. I ask you to do all kinds of things now.
I'm just an errand boy.
But, I just truly wanted to let you know that I do thank you. I appreciate it. It makes things easier for me. When you do it, it helps me feel like if something were to happen to me, the kids are in great hands. I know a lot of times you'd be like, if something happened, I don't know them kids, I don't know what to do, but I think you'll be an amazing dad, and I know that you'll take care of them. And I know it just confirms that I made the right choice and God gave me the right person and a mate.
I appreciate it.
And I just think we really complement each other. And I wanted to do that as an inspirational moment because I just wanted to appreciate you in front of everyone, let you know that I do love you and I care about you, and I'm just very, very grateful and thankful for you.
Well, thank you, boo. I got a question. Do you feel like
you crying up there?
No.
Man up, man.
T-Bell, the real one. I'm a real one. Do you feel like when I do things like, let's say, washing the dishes, when I do certain things, when it's not being done, like it feels out of place?
What you mean?
Like life will feel out of place. Like for instance, how often do you have to, I'm not trying to brag, and I'm just asking, how often do you put? Well, no. When you go to bed, before you go upstairs, what's something you take upstairs with you?
My phone?
You grab a bottle of water, right?
Oh, yeah.
When is the last time you had to worry about putting water in the refrigerator?
It's been a long time.
So that's what I mean. Like one day, if you reached in the refrigerator and you'd be like, "I gotta put water in the refrigerator," do you feel like that would be noticeable, or would you just be like, "Oh, I just need to put some water in the refrigerator because there's not nothing in here"?
I probably would notice. Even when you don't put, like, I don't grab a bottle of water anymore because you make sure it's on the nightstand for me. So when you don't, I'm like,
oh, you make sure it's no.
Boo,
Where my water?
where my water?
Yeah.
So I done got spoiled. But you done started it now.
Bad habits. Worse.
I be having like 4 or 5 bottles of water up there.
Yeah, you do it. Literally, you'll nurse them all week.
I'm getting my water intake though. Okay. So yeah, the little nuggets you do, I would miss them. If you didn't do them, I would notice it.
So fellas, put wife in your gas.
Put wife in your gas
car. Put gas in your wife's car. Put some gas in her car. Just do the small things to make her day go a little easier. Because ain't nothing worse than a woman that's got to do everything, then come home, have to do a little bit more, or a lot more, on top of being a mom or, a wife, just a regular wife. But anything you can do to help ease her burden or lighten the load around your household, because trust me, it helps in the long run. And you feel better about yourself because you're taking care of your house and you're contributing to your family.
Y'all pray for Tyler because Valentine's Day is coming up.
Oh, Jesus. Let's just go from
and
the 13th to the 15th.
I don't know what gift he's going to give me, but you all know.
Chris, help
it will be.
Chris, don't get Tam nothing. We got to be in this thing
together.
It will be
discussed,
Jesus. Y'all
whether good or bad. But I told y'all in the last podcast, I believe, that I sent him things. It can't get no easier than that. Now, if he messed up, that's like having the answer to the test and you still fail.
That wasn't my first time.
Pray for him, y'all. Send him ideas.
Y'all, please.
Help him out.
Quarantine got your boy stressing even more.
Yeah.
I just seen some more chocolates and call it a day.
It's going to be discussed. I just want you to know that.
Until next time, if you enjoyed this podcast, if you can relate any way to this podcast, if we said something that resonates with your spirit, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you share the page. Share the video. We want to get this community up to 500 likes, and we want to build this community so people like you can enjoy our content across the world. Amen.
I won't go
Joy?
Alone. I never go on my own.
Okay.
Just let your spirit
Until next time.
And let your word abide.
I have been your man.
Speak to my heart, Lord.
I can't even reach the soundboard to cut you off. Until next time, I have been your man.
We should do a singing challenge like Kev on stage.
What you mean?
Now they had the singing challenge.
We can make it happen.
We had Quentin come in and judge us.
He would get a kick out of that. Until next time.
Anyways, yeah, make sure you do all those good things Tyler said, and that's all I have.
I have been your man, Thaddeus Bell.
And I am Queen Melanin Joy Bell. And this has been the Life After Love podcast. I was twinkling my toes.
And we under 40 minutes again.